Meet Sarah Badger.
I love this pig. I can get in here and I won't have to worry about her trying to bite my toes off or anything. Her name is Polly.
Sarah still lives on the family plantation in Hastings with her 4-year-old daughter and brother Eddie.
When Dad would pull in the driveway, he'd stop and be like, "Look, who's tire track? Somebody's been here." You know, he would just read the sign. You'd be driving down the road, all of a sudden, "Look, I'm serious." Like, he'd slap you in the arm and he'd be pointing, "Look, there's a hawk with a snake carrying it off," or something. Like, he would notice everything. "What's wrong, Dad? What's wrong?" And I'm running beside him and he's like, he started doing this crazy stuff, like grinding his teeth, and he was grinding his teeth so hard you can just hear him, and he was biting his tongue and making it bleed. I don't think he could feel it. I think that was his hemispheres were filling up and his brainstem was surrounded by all the blood. And he's just looking at me like, "I don't know." And I said, "What can I get for you?" And he's like, "Water." And that was it. That was it. They shot him. They got his arms down, they shot him. Whatever was in that needle, I'm almost positive, made him, like, whatever it was, there was no more Dad after that. They literally said, if your dad is to stay alive after this, he's going to be a vegetable, you're going to be wiping him, and you're going to be feeding him. And I was like, I don't care, I'm bringing him home. That was not the case.
Even though her father has passed on, his legacy and homestead still lives.
We actually have a hen pen full of hens, and we go out there and pick our eggs, and we can have fresh breakfast whenever we like. Right before my father passed away, we had 21 hogs and 16 dogs. And that was a really lot for us. It took me a while to realize that Dad actually was gone and wasn't coming home. Every time I'd hit the gate and I'd look around, I'd be like, oh my gosh. I'd be like, Dad's not here. I feel like me and Freddie lost out because we still had a lot to learn. Like, we could have watched him build lots of more different things. We could have learned maybe different places to go digging arrowheads out the swamp in the Swanee River. Like, there's lots of stuff. Like, we didn't get to originally go to Carolina and make moonshine neither. We were supposed to do that. There's a lot of stuff that we missed out on. Without Dad, it's totally different. Like, I give it up to him for taking care of me and Freddie and Charlie, because he had all this. He had the maintenance, he had all of us. He had everything, dude, and he did it. Single dad with like 3 kids. I love my dad. I love him. Without him, look what he gave us. This is because of him. I got a head start in life. I don't have to struggle. I don't have to pay 1 copper penny out of my pocket ever. This is me. I'm hooked up. I'm very grateful. I've realized that, like, in the year and a few months he's been gone, dude, I've realized that you have got to be grateful for the little things that I was talking about, because people don't get to enjoy, you know, the fruits of his nature, or the, you know, just nature point blank. They've lost concept of life and reality. My dad would wake up every morning and he would stand in his doorway sipping his coffee, and he would say, "Thank you, Lord, for another beautiful day and fresh breath of air in my lungs." And that was what he would say. And I didn't look at it like that. I was just a young little jitterbug, ungrateful, rebellious little heifer, you know. And now I know that I have a lot of stuff that many others don't have.